Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3. I am meandering and making my way down this mountain. I came out for a drive in the mountains above Vancouver. I'm in Southwest Washington, but yeah, this week's been interesting. I came out here for a drive to kind of clear my head a little bit. One of my aunts passed away this morning, and it's just been a little bit of a rough morning. Checking in with my dad, making sure that he's okay, because it was one of his older sisters. Checking in with both of my parents, because my aunt lived down in Guatemala, where my parents live at, and they got to see her pretty often. And thankfully, I got to enjoy her when I would go down there as well. I want to, just kind of spent the morning checking in with some of my family as well, my cousins. I think that we're all kind of, in shock about what happened, and I'm grateful that my aunt's not in pain anymore. She had stage 4 cancer, and I'll miss her. I always enjoyed all my time that I got to spend with her, and she was always very sweet with me, and I'm gonna miss our conversations, and I'm grateful that I got to have some time with her and have her be a part of my life. Everybody in my life is here to teach me something, and I'm grateful for having had her in my life and having had the chance to learn a little bit from her. Hey everyone, welcome back to episode number 3. Anyways, today is Wednesday, and I had therapy today, and also I started school on Monday. Yeah, lots of feelings around my first day of school. Going back to school at 46 is funky. I definitely felt a lot of anxiety the first day and and yesterday. Today was a little bit more mellow, but yeah, it just feels weird being clearly older than everybody in the class. I think me and the instructors are the ones that exhibiting gray hair in the classroom, and but that's okay. I don't feel weird about it. I think the second day I did start getting a little bit anxious. I think that my psychology professor was kind of looking at me when they would ask questions, because everybody else was really shy about answering anything, but which made me feel a little bit uncomfortable for a good 15 minutes. I could tell I got really fidgety, and I questioned sitting so far from the door. Usually when I get anxious, I need to move my body, like walk or something like that, and I didn't get the chance to do that because I was sitting on the opposite side of the room, totally far from the door, and so I had to sit there and tap my foot and spin my pen in my hand, which are things I do when I start to get anxious. But overall, it was a good experience. Definitely some adjustment to get back into being a student. I'm figuring out Canvas. Canvas is kind of confusing. I never had that not when I went to school ever. So learning how to navigate that, and it feels a little bit overwhelming. I feel like each instructor does things a little bit differently in Canvas. So there's been a couple of times where I did do some of the assignments, but then I would go to a different section of that course page in Canvas, and it looked like I hadn't done anything or submitted anything. So It is causing me a little bit of anxiety, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. It's just software, and yeah, I feel pretty computer savvy, so I just know I'm not used to it, and it's causing me some stress. But nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like it's pretty normal. And like I said, I'm confident I'm gonna wrap my head around that. It's been a little bit stressful for sure. First day, and especially the first class. But yeah, that was uh, my first half week of school, because today's Wednesday. The assignments taking me a lot longer than I thought that they were, but I think it's just because my brain's not in student mode. I think that'll take me a little bit, but so far so good. I mean, it hasn't been anything scary. I did get a little bit anxious when we were going over one of the syllabuses and like talking about midterms and final projects and stuff. I haven't had to do anything like that in a while, so I'm sure I'll be fine, but just hearing that triggered some anxiety. Yeah, more so I'm assuming because I tend to historically do things last minute, and I wait till I feel some deadline panic happening before I move my ass and like get stuff completed. But that's totally ADHD thing that I'm gonna be working on for sure. One of the things I do want to point out that I actually find really cool about school now, being in school now, is each of the classes, the instructors, when they were going over, introducing everybody and like going over their syllabus for the term, it's cool to see that growth learning mindset is something that everybody's touching on. And even explaining where it comes from. I think that that's really cool. I think it's really cool to encourage students to be mindful of the fact that you're not just there to measure your intelligence. Like, everybody has the capacity to become smarter and learn, but encouraging the students to get out of the mindset of, if I don't understand something, it's because I'm not smart enough. You are smart enough. You just got to figure out the learning way that like works best for you, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. I thought that was really refreshing to kind of hear everybody talk about that, and also that they ask about anybody with learning disabilities. I keep forgetting that ADHD is a learning disability, so I did also spend some time this week so far signing it. I signed up for the Disability Assistance Center or something like that, DAC, Disability Access Center. So, and I've notified the teachers that I don't have an official diagnosis yet, but my therapist and I think that I'm pretty convinced that I have ADHD. And I've also, my psychology professor notified him about my PTSD. So, and been very transparent. I don't know where I'm at with this and like how it affects my learning yet. I haven't been a student in a long time, and I'm kind of navigating both of these things at the same time, becoming a student again, first-time student, and also unraveling my PTSD and my ADHD. So I don't know what my learning needs are yet. I know that for ADHD, like you can have extra time for assignments and tests. At the Disability Access Center, they have a whole testing area where if you can't focus, if you're in the room with people, you can go do the testing there. They'll allow you to do that. So you can just be like in complete isolation and quiet if that's something that you need. So I think all those things are really cool, and things that I probably wouldn't have thought about if I wasn't in this position. I also had therapy today and went over some things. I've been working on a thoughts and feelings chart that I've been trying to fill out as I go. Um, I definitely put on there this week, Monday and Tuesday, having like a little bit of anxiety in class and, feeling singled out a little bit, and how I reacted to that. I was getting anxious, tapping my foot, spinning my pen in my hand, thinking about how to get out of the classroom, and just kind of talking about how that stems from negative self-talk. And I really have a problem with that. I really don't like having the realization that I have these negative thoughts about myself. I don't like feeling or knowing that I feel like sharing my thoughts or ideas is not valid and going to be perceived as like pointless or a waste of time. Or I think that growing up I would hear a lot of kids when I was younger calling me a weirdo, and I've come to accept that. I guess I never really not processed that, but like, I don't know. I did feel like I was weird, and I feel like it's something that I wore kind of like as a badge of honor. Like I've always been glad to be called a weirdo and like not be the stereotypical normal person. I like thinking outside the box, and I feel that in situations as an adult where I've had to interact with groups of people and express my ideas or thoughts on things, I think I think very creatively, and like I said, outside the box, and think about things that other people might dismiss, and I like that about myself. But I also have noticed that, in going to therapy, that catching myself, and also like, just slowly like having more realization on the fact that I do that because I feel like what I have to offer doesn't have any value, and I really need to change that. I'm trying to just be more aware of it, like remember that all the time. And I mean, even with like other people, other friends that I have, pointing out when I feel like they're talking themselves down and like having negative self-talk, and trying to encourage them to reframe that. It bothers me a lot to know that my subconscious is programmed to just have those thoughts and think that little of myself and like about my opinions. And I really look forward to being able to reprogram that and change that up. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to reprogramming that and not thinking of myself that way. And it's very, again, very eye-opening. It also bums me out a lot to think that, to realize that I talk to myself that way, and to see all the different areas of my life that kind of seeps into and affects. Yeah, but I'm excited to learn more and wrap my head around this more. Catch myself doing it so I can correct it and like give myself positive feedback instead, to reframe that. And in talking with my therapist, she was like, yeah, the more you reinforce the positive thoughts, the stronger the connection or bridges with those neurological pathways that go to those positive thoughts will become, and the smaller that the negative ones will become. I look forward to that. I feel like over the last few years I've definitely been focusing on that a lot more, becoming more aware of it and catching myself, or trying to catch myself. But it's been very helpful to be in therapy and talk to somebody who has a lot more knowledge on this than me and have them break things down in technical terms. And it makes me excited to continue to catch myself and change my self-talk, talk to myself better, have better self-esteem, put myself first, continue being a supportive person because that's just who I am, but learn to put myself first. It's yeah. I'm glad that I love to help people, but I really need to learn to also apply that to myself, and it's not easy. It's hard, and yeah, I want to do this so that I can also do this for other people, and finish school and be a therapist and be able to help people out that don't know how to navigate these things and don't realize these things about themselves. And I want to speak from a place of experience and not just some stuff that I learned in a textbook or whatever. Yeah, I think that's it for my episode 3 update. It's been good. I feel like I'm pretty sure, I'm aware that it's going to take me a little bit to kind of get into the groove of things and balance out my personal life with school and looking into doing like some work study stuff at the school as well. I'm grateful that my transparency seems to be helping some of you out, and I know it's going to be a long journey. I mean, it's been a long journey, and I only want things to get better, and I wish that for everybody watching as well. Like, if you have some stuff that you need to work on, go work on it. Like, why are you gonna sit on it? The sooner you get to it and learn to take better care of ourselves, the better person that we're gonna be for other people, and the better our relationships are gonna get, the stronger our connections are gonna be, and it's important to love ourselves. And yeah, I need to get better at acknowledging that I have a lot to offer. How do I word this? Yeah, I have a lot to offer as a person. I have a lot of love to give. I have a lot of wisdom and experience with things, and I often feel like I have had a very boring, uneventful life, but I've actually done a lot of stuff, from stuff in my childhood, like still living in LA with my family, to going to the Air Force, to working for the government, to being a mechanic, to being a photographer, to being a translator, doing video work, starting a nonprofit, raising 2 kids. Like, I have a lot of experience, and I feel like, I love to share that with people and hope that it helps them out in some way. So, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I hope that this isn't a boring video, and I hope that this is helping you out in some way. So, all right. Adios. Cuídense.